Reshus Harabanim. Reshus, thank you, Mom. Reshus Kol Hakol HaKadosh Hazeh. On behalf of Tomche Shabbos of Rockland County in memory of Rav Chaim Munzer, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for making this our most successful dinner to date. I wish there was some way to tell you how much your presence here tonight means to the Aniyim. Even though they're home and you're here, they know you're here and they know you care. On their behalf, may HaKadosh Baruch Hu grant you much bracha v'hatzlacha. A Tomche Shabbos driver recently told me of the following incident. All drivers are supposed to pick up their package from the Tomche Shabbos warehouse by 11 o'clock at night. One Thursday night, though, this particular driver was late, and it was almost midnight when he came to his first stop. And as he does every Thursday night, he gently put the box at the foot of the door. As he was turning to leave, a child's voice at the other side of the door said, "Mommy, the box is here. Can we eat supper now?" Often we forget how vital our box of food is. That young voice that night reminded us. Tonight we've gathered to give gizzah to that child. I recently saw something quite interesting. When the last day of Yom Tov occurs on Shabbos, the Kriyas HaTorah begins, Aser to Aser es kol dvu asarecha. When it falls on any other day of the week, though, the Kriya begins with Kol HaBechor. The Chassam Sofer paskins, though, that regardless of which day the last day of Shmini Atzeres occurs, we begin the laning with Aser to Aser. And he explains that Shmini Atzeres occurs at the time of the year when the days begin to get shorter. There are fewer hours in the day for the Aniyim to collect money. We begin with Aser to Aser to remind everyone to be extra diligent in helping the Aniyim during the difficult winter months when the days are short. Since Shmini Atzeres, the days have become even shorter. Night is now falling far earlier, and it's gotten increasingly difficult for each of these families. To give you an insight, I would like to read an email recently received. A woman writes, "This is the hardest thing I ever wrote. I'm married with a family of 4 children. My husband is a Rebbe, and I work part-time from home, but we have no money. We're severely in debt, our account is overdrawn, credit cards maxed out, and I have no money to buy flour and eggs or dish detergent to wash my dishes." Another email reads, "Tomche Shabbos was responsible for helping me get my job, and as you know, it's worked out fairly well. I've now suffered a rather serious heart attack, which required me to be taken to New York Presbyterian Hospital, where an emergency double bypass operation was performed in order to save my life. I spent 10 days in the hospital. Given that I'll have to undergo a period of cardiac rehabilitation, it's become necessary for my wife to find a job. We are in desperate straits now, and I urgently need your help in securing some kind of employment for my wife. It shouldn't take much imagination to understand how this has thrown my wife and me into total chaos. The stress alone is a potential death sentence for me. I'm appealing to you, please help. It's critical to our survival." Another email reads, "My husband sent you his resume last night and doesn't know that I'm sending you this email. He lost his job 2 years ago, devastating our family with 5 children. I've been struggling to try to pay the bills, working long hours for the last 2 years. We have accrued debt and are trying to stay afloat. I'm really nervous and feeling overwhelmed with what's on my plate. I am the sole breadwinner while also being a mother. We can't help but feel scared and alone in this process. Please, please, please try to help us." Another email reads, "I know you have many things on your mind, but I'm on the verge of losing mine. It's been a few months since I brought any money into the house, and I'm depressed. I'm sinking quickly. I could spend hours reading letters and emails, but I think these few emails speak for all the struggling families of our community. They tell a story of struggle that we can't begin to imagine. Tomche Shabbos continues to respond to these situations in creative ways. Each Thursday night, 490 families receive an entire Shabbos delivered anonymously to their doorstep. But that wasn't enough. So a fund was created to help families avoid utility shutoffs. But that wasn't enough. So we created our Partners in Parnassa division, where to date more than 140 people, unemployed people, have been placed in new jobs. But then we found many people who didn't have the job skills with which to get a new job. So we created our adult computer classes, where volunteers teach computer programs and bookkeeping basics, and we're now launching courses in the trades, including pharmacy technician, phlebotomy, and nurse assistant. But that wasn't enough. How about the families who have jobs and yet are still struggling? So we created our Chodesh Food Outlet, which offers families staples at significantly reduced prices. But that wasn't enough. We were approached by people seeking help and learning how to budget. So we started a financial counseling division where we work with families and helping them create a budget. But that's not enough. Why stop here? Let's keep going. There's so much creative talent in this room. Imagine if each of us were to find one job for an unemployed person in our community. Imagine if each of us were to offer to pay 1 month's utility bill for a struggling family in our community. Imagine if each of us were to take the time to give meaningful chizuk to just one friend, one chaver. Yes, night has fallen early, but we can make a difference. Let's get involved. We can. We must. And to the child at the other side of that door, the box is here. You can now eat.